and bienvenidos to Pica Poco Kitchen. Today we're making Chorizo Mexicano. Spanish chorizo is cured, therefore firm, and you can slice it and enjoy it right away. Mexican chorizo, on the other hand, is raw. It's stuffed into a casing and then cooked. The birthplace of Chorizo Mexicano is Toluca, the capital city of Estado de Mexico. There you can find different varieties of the same. But it doesn't stop there. From Mexico to Argentina, in all Latin America, you can find different chorizos that vary in shape, color, and even the meats that are used to make them. Today's chorizo that we're making is a basic one. Chorizo Rojo, or red chorizo. It's so easy to make that you will be surprised and you won't stop making it. So let's do it. Vámonos. I have here some boneless pork shoulder and pork fatback that I have cubed. I'm gonna cover it up, put it in the freezer while we make the sauce. So you could use any other pork cut that you like. Just have in mind that we need around a 20 to 25% ratio of fat added to your meat, especially if it's lean. Around a quarter of whatever your meat weighs, you want that in fat, either with a chunkier or lard. For the sauce, we're gonna need, yes? For the sauce, we're gonna need 12 Ancho chile. Ancho chile is basically dried poblano. I recommend using some scissors to cut the stem and rid of the seeds. We will put them in some water and let them simmer for a little bit. So here's my ancho. As soon as it was going to start boiling, I turned it off and it was good to go. I added some of the waters to help the plates. I'm gonna add also 1/3 of a cup of vinegar. This vinegar can be white, cider vinegar, whichever you prefer. And 3 cloves of garlic. Now let's move on to the spices. For my spices, yes, they make us cry. Salt and pepper. I have 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1/2 teaspoon of celery seeds. 2 bay leaves. Tiny piece of cinnamon. You can of course use ground cinnamon if you have it, and 3 cloves. Also, you can substitute for ground cloves. The spices. As I said before, depending on the region, the spices may vary. Try not to do this in your face. All right. You can do this in a food processor. Again, just pulse it and see if the liquid is enough. And here I'm back with my meat. The reason I put it in the freezer is so to make the job easier for the grinder. You can do the same if you're using a food processor. Just go little by little using the pulse cycle. like magic. I'm all gloved up, have my meat, have my sauce. It's time to put them together. So you don't have to use gloves, but I recommend it. Great. If you smell it, if you smell the sauce, it already smells like it should, so that's a good sign. We are going to put it all in it. In the case you see your blender is not strong enough and it's leaving some of the pieces, you could go a step further and run it all through a mesh, but in this case it's really not necessary. A little pieces is okay. Here we go, hands on. It's kind of fun. At some point there was some Guinness record about making the longest chorizo. The first one was won by Spain, later by Mexico, and then I think Colombia won another one. I don't know why, but it makes me feel that there were some men behind that contest, if you know what I mean. In the end, my man, it's not about how long your chorizo, it's about how you cook it. I don't know. Let me know, amigas, what do you think in the comments? Complete that sentence. Make sure all your meat is covered. Sometimes some pieces get stubborn or get stuck in the middle. And that seems pretty good to me. Now, if you're more pro than I am, and you're not afraid of casings, and you have the machine, you can go ahead and start casing it already. I am not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave it in the container overnight. I always recommend leave it overnight because the sauce is gonna penetrate, it's gonna get deeper and better with the days. So what I usually do, I cover it with plastic so the cover of my bowl doesn't get like stained, and leave it on the fridge. And later tomorrow I start doing little packages in a vacuum seal bag and put them in the freezer, and they're gonna last you for a good month, for a good like 3 months or so. Of course, leave some out for you to enjoy immediately. We have to cook a little bit, and you have to. I recommend you cooking a little bit and tasting the seasoning. You cook a little bit of it, taste it. If it needs salt, add it before you put it to rest. So let's get cooking. And all right, and greetings to all my chorizos from Toluca. Let's see how it goes. That's exactly what you need. So there you go. Simple as that. If you liked it, make it. Don't measure it. Share it, just like this video. Like, subscribe, and be notified. And for more, follow me on the socials. Adios, amigues.